So it's a Tales from the Shed, Tales from the Shed, Tales from the Shed with your host, there's Catty. How's it going, folks? Good morning. There's Cattys. This is another Tales from the Shed. As you well know, I'm sort of just getting a brew on at the moment, so I'll come back to you in a minute. How'd you get these things out your eyes? Hey? Is the camera still rolling? Fucking hell, I couldn't see nothing. Bloody hell. Oh. So how's it going, folks? Another Tales from the Shed. I hope you like that little bit of improvisation at the beginning there. I always like to add a little bit of comedic value to my videos, you know what I mean, especially Tales from the Shed. You know, keeps people's spirits up a little bit, if nothing. Spitting tea and coffee out into their laps, you know. So what have you been up to? What have you been making? I had a bimble out up the woods yesterday, and I picked myself up some nice bit of cherry, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of carving, I reckon. Maybe have a little go how narrow they are. I probably might have a go at doing some more canoe spoons or something like that. I also did my open all knife, my number 8 open all knife. I'm not going to get it out because it's in the bag, but what I'll do is I'll try and post some pictures in the in this video if I can. But my crown and glory that I did so far this week is was making some birch bark containers. Now I made some years ago, not brilliant. This is one of the first ones that I just found it in my drawer, lucky enough, and this is one of the first ones that I made. And yeah, it's not too bad, but I made it by actually cutting the slips into it and tucking it in and gluing it and all the rest of it. Then obviously gluing a wooden base onto the bottom and then a cap in the top there, quite a thick one, and it's got a little bit of leather there just to act as the handle. There is some holes in it, so I won't be able to use it as something to hold water or liquid, but it'll definitely hold, you know, I did have some needles in here and stuff like that, so it's obviously quite good for that one. I can't find the others right now. I had another couple made, but then literally the other day I literally just walked in the shed and I keep seeing these couple of sheets of birch bark that are laying around, and I picked these up when I was out with Mac Tightwood once at Covert Woods. And as you can see, they're not the greatest of birch bark, especially here in the UK. We don't seem to get it that thick as they do on some of the northern climes. But what I did manage to do, I managed to rescue a couple of bits out of it, and I produced this little container. Now, if you haven't seen the video already, there is a video up that I did very recently, the last couple of days, of me just going through the process of showing you how to make one, my humble attempt at making one, and this is the one that I actually show you in the video. I've still got a cap to make for it. The cap is there. I'm still in the process of making the cap, which I'm going to do shortly after this video. But what I did do, obviously with the stitching, I used raffia. I just had a load of raffia. I didn't have no spruce roots or anything like that, and there was no way I was going to use a bit of paracord, like the kern out of the paracord or anything like that. So I thought the closest thing I've got is raffia, and it kind of still gives it that sort of rustic look there. I haven't glued up that bit on the end. The reason why I went in a little bit closer with that is just simply because it was starting to split, and obviously I don't want to sort of ruin the ambience of it, as it were. So I've kind of just left that one like that, and then I'll put a lid on top. I put a tiny little bit of bark that I stripped off to act as a rim. I've sewed that into place as well, and then obviously I'll finish off with putting a lid on it as well. But you know, I was really pleased with them ones. All right, but then when you compare it to something that I received, well, this is one of my mate JP, just some bloke I know, very good friend of mine. He's got a YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description. Go over and have a look. And he gave me this some years ago, this pot, and this is, I believe, from Russia. And if you can look at that, you can see the sort of detail that's gone into that. That is just absolutely beautiful. You know, that's absolutely, that's a superb piece of, you know, artwork there, and it's a superb bit of craft. And you know, the way it's been made, the whole thing about it is beautiful. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as wanting to sort of carve the birch or anything like that, because obviously this is a lot thicker, this stuff. But I'm quite pleased with obviously the pots that, you know, one of the ones that are made, you know, that's still, you know, they're still okay considering. But obviously it's not as good as the sort of standard of some of the real sort of artists out there that make these kind of containers, and that's just beautiful. I mean, I did used to keep sugar in it indoors, but because I couldn't get hold of any other birch bark containers, any decent ones, maybe I could, if I get hold of some decent stuff myself, make up another two, and then I could, one for tea bags, one for, you know, use one for sugar, and one for one to put coffee in. And but absolutely beautiful, lovely birch bark container there. But this one was gifted by my friend JP some number of years ago, actually, absolutely years ago. He gave that to me, but I keep that in my box. All right, so that's beautiful, that one. All right, so that's what I've been doing. I've been out. I went out yesterday up the woods, and the day before it was very wet, wasn't it? We had a lot of rain here in the UK. It rained down all day. Yesterday wasn't too bad. I've got a video to go up soon, but even just walking out to my area where I was going to yesterday, I got soaked, especially bottom half, you know, my trousers, from all the, you know, the vegetation that's overgrown on the footpath brushing against me and such like. I got absolutely soaked, bottom half anyway. You know, I had to take my socks off and dry my boots out a little bit and so on and so forth. But that's it, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, other than that, that's sort of what I've been doing. I've been really sort of quite pleased with myself. Sort of like, you know, sort of making something a little bit more nicer than before, really. And the thing is as well, I mean, sort of making stuff out of birch bark and stuff, I mean, just having a go and making it. I mean, I didn't really watch any videos on it. I haven't watched any videos on I think the only one I see was one that Ray Mears did many years ago on one of his episodes. And other than that, that's it. And I decided that I wasn't going to do the same as, you know, cutting the slips into it and all the rest of it. I literally just sort of wrapped it in and then put the you know, sort of cut the holes into it with an awl, and then sort of, you know, sewed it as it is, and it's sort of it's okay. I'm pleased with them, you know. So I'm definitely going to have a go at some more. I don't know if I can sort of rescue maybe another one out of the sheet of birch bark that I've got, but I'll give it a go anyhow. And that really is it, folks. All right, so I think that'll be it for another Tales from the Shed. All right, so there's another little project for you people to be getting on with, having a little go with the old birch bark. Okay, if you want to go and have a look at my humble attempts at making the second one of the newer pots that I've made, if you want to go and have a look at that video, it's up there on my YouTube channel, and go over and have a gander at it, have a look, and see what you think. All right, so that's it then. So it's Des Cattys signing out. I'll see you on the flip side, folks. Please take care and stay safe, and have a good one. Take care, folks. Love you all. See you later.